Hey folks, how you doing today? Hey, Ron Shawley here with AccuWeather and Pennsylvania Weather Watchers. Just want to talk a little bit about what we're looking at here. This is an Aquascape pond that was donated to our group here about 15 to 18 years ago, and it still is holding up quite well. There are a lot of improvements that we have to make, or not really improvements but repairs. We still have the original containment system where the water, I'll show you here in a minute, the water goes into a filter housing and then is pumped from there up to our second pond on top, and then of course you got the waterfall that comes down. One of the things that really irritates me is a lot of people out there will take a lot of shortcuts, okay, trying to make money. They'll go out and use roofing liner, and it'll end up killing the fish, okay. Not only that, but you know, they're not trained, okay. Aquascape has a program that they've developed years ago where they have seminars where you can attend, and they'll teach you the proper way of installing a pond, okay. But like I said, we have a lot of work here to do. We have a local company donating some funds so we can replace our benches. As you can see, the benches have been out in the weather a long time. Our bridge needs to be cleaned and worked on. The cat is having fun. As you can see, our holding area back here, this is all growed in. We got to clear it up, but this is actually where the children have their tadpoles and their frogs. Now again, you know, I've always said if you build it, they're going to come, okay? Frogs are going to find the way to the pond no matter what you do, okay? Now understand, bullfrogs, the bigger frogs, if you have them in your pond, they absolutely will eat the fish. You know, the smaller ones. I've had people call me and say, well, I got goldfish in my pond, and you know, I got 4 or 5 bullfrogs, and you know, about a week later my goldfish are gone. Well, I guarantee the bullfrogs are just having a field day eating up them fishies for you there, okay? But again, our problem now is we have a water leakage. Oh my gosh, somebody put trout in the pond. We use the pond up here for the elderly and for the veterans. They come over here once we get it cleaned up, and they will sit here and they enjoy the waterfall. They just enjoy feeding the fish. Problem is, I have some folks who will go fishing and they bring their fish here only because they think they're doing us a favor. It's not a good idea to mix wild fish with you know, your koi and your goldfish. I mean, it can be done, but you're introducing a lot of problems if you do that, potentially with biological problems from other fish, cross-contamination. The pond actually, as you can see this, it is actually clear only because we've been adding water to the pond every night. And this is the old system here. It simply is taking the water from the pond into the holding tank, and then it will take it up through the pond. If you look at the sides of the holding tank here, okay, you can see they're buckled in a little bit. That's from freezing over the winter. And that's the other problem we had too. The pump quit working this winter, and the ice formed over the ponds, and we lost over half of our fish before we were able to correct the problem. And from our lower pond to the upper pond here, it's about a 10 to 12 foot rise, okay? And again, it comes out this top end here, And once it comes out, then that's where we have one of our leaks over there. Yesterday they were trying to fix it up. They noticed the water was leaching off of the liner. So they kind of fixed it up temporarily. But like I said, we have a lot of work left here to do this. And this is the upper pond, strictly used for the goldfish and the koi. But again, as you can see, we have a lot of debris in the pond from the trees above here that we've not cleaned out yet. So we have to get in there and somehow we have to clean all the leaves out. And I've often said, folks, if you have the need to do it, you can build a pond anywhere, okay? They're easy to build. They're very, very enjoyable. They bring in a lot of wildlife also too, okay? If you have, a pond can be put anywhere, you know? The other problem we had here, because we live out in the country and our conservation center is out here in the country, we have bears who come in, and that's the problem we had last year up here. We had a family of bears that actually would be jumping into our pond here, and they would be laying there in the water to cool off, okay? So, yep. Let's take a closer look at the stream we have here. Now, again, this is where I thought maybe we were losing water, okay? You can see some water on the edges here, but they've raised the liner trying to keep the water in the, basically in the stream here that we have built. But yeah, it definitely needs a lot of work yet, so we're gonna work on it and get her fixed up.